German troops started to invade France, Belgium, and the Netherlands on May 10th, they took a next step. As we all know, 4 days ago, on May 10th, Rotterdam was invaded by the Germans. At 3:55, bombers attacked, and an hour later, paratroopers landed on Walhaven airfield, to the south of Rotterdam. Although the Dutch troops were fighting back, they had to give up because there was little chance of winning against the Germans.
On May 10th alone, the Dutch lost 65 of their 125 airplanes. Later that day, unfortunately, more paratroopers arrived and captured the vital bridge at Dordrecht. Even Dutch naval crafts tried to stop the invasion, and they were successful in delaying the unavoidable. But then, today, on May 14th, 1940, something terrible happened. Rotterdam was bombed by the Germans. The attack started at 13:30 and carried on all afternoon. The bombing happened even though Holland agreed to surrender a few hours before. Approximately 800 civilians died, while about 80,000 people became homeless. This is a great loss, not only for Rotterdam and the Netherlands, but also for the rest of the world. So, Ms. Kuba, what reason did Germany name to commit such a crime?
Germany used the excuse that British troops had landed by the Maas River, which threatened the German troops in that area. Of course, this was not true, but Germany needed an excuse to carry out the horrible and brutal attack. It is not clear yet, but there might also have been a problem in communication between the bombers and the German government, since the Netherlands already surrendered before the bombing even happened. The bombing of Rotterdam shows how ruthless and violent the Germans are, and they must be stopped. So, Ms. Sotkova, what consequences and effects will the invasion of the Netherlands have for all allies and Germany?
This disaster is going to have bad consequences on Holland and also on its neighboring countries. Queen Wilhelmina of Holland and her government had to flee to London to be safe. Also, having Netherlands under their control has many advantages for Germany. The Walhaven airfield is a perfect base for the Luftwaffe. It also greatly assists German ability to move vehicles in their assaults in Holland. Many waterways are dissecting Holland, and since Germany is controlling them now, they have a greater ability to use their naval forces against other countries. Germany already started to invade Belgium and France, and there are no doubts that Germany will continue her blitzkrieg attacks. With the Netherlands being a bridge, unfortunately, it will be much easier for Germany to get to Belgium and France. Now we will have a special guest, Jeff R. Noordermeer from Rotterdam, describing us the situation at the city while the bombing happened. Hello, Mr. Noordermeer, dear.
Hello, nice to meet you. Yes, hello. It was terrible. A bomb dropped right on our house, and as we moved through the burning streets, every street we walked through was burning. People with torn clothes and covered with blood were coming out of the bombed buildings and just followed the stream of people who were fleeing the city and headed for the beach. I will never forget this scene as long as I live. The sky was just an open fire. Completely left and right of us were buildings burning, and you could see the force of the flames sparking out of the buildings. This is something you don't want to talk or write about, but within me, this death walk will never leave my mind.
On behalf of all of us in CNN, we offer our condolences. Thank you, Mr. Noordermeer, dear. So, that's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back tomorrow with more information. You're watching CNN.